Hi, welcome back to Let's Play Okami. Last time we found out what happened to the real priestess, Rao, and Himiko gave her life to reveal the location of Oni Island. This time we're heading to Watcher's Cape, where we can actually see where the island is. Just to reiterate, this is actually timed. If the sun sets, you actually have to, I think, restart at the entrance to the city, which, by the way, there is a brief cutscene at the beginning, like when you leave the city, of like how do you get into the city, but I decided to skip it because it's not really that important. Hi, Albatross. Hiya! How did you ever find this place? I sensed Queen Himiko's fathomless regret upon her last breath. He made his way to the distant halls of the Dragon Palace. Behold, the sun, even now it sinks down, but beyond the sea. Once it is gone, so too shall Oni Island disappear. No one knows where it will appear next, and no art known to mortals can divine its location. That may be true, but listen, it really doesn't matter because we can't break the barrier. I mean, the water dragon was our only hope, and it's dead now. The water dragon is not dead in the true sense of the word. You can harness his power with a sincere prayer to the dragon orb. Behold, Albatross. I, Otohime of the Dragonians, shall transform into a dragon and break through the wall that divides. May I serve as a divine bridge to the heavens. So, it occurred to me, something I actually should have mentioned sooner, is that I kind of figured this was going to happen, considering they already talked about Otohime succeeding the king once the Dragon Orb was returned to her. Now, Albatross, you must cross while life yet courses through these veins. Okay, hang in there, babe. We'll be back in a jiffy. And I also like how easily— oh, sorry, Furball, looks like millet dumplings aren't in your stars. You'll have to settle for kicking some monster butt on Oni Island. I like how he still essentially is flirting with her, even in dragon form. It's just very typically Isun, isn't it? Now, something else I wanted to point out is, again, in case you didn't catch the last episode, not sure why you'd still be watching part, what, 68? Listen up, Ami. Himiko's probably watching over us, so promise me you won't give up for some stupid reason like you're hungry or you have to go to the bathroom. Okay then, I'll hold on to your word. Anyway, if you didn't watch the last episode for whatever reason, this is not blind, because of a recording issue. So, I have played part of Oni Island already. Whoa, that looks nasty. Normally we'd be crispy critters if we touched that stuff, but it shouldn't be any different from water for you now, Ami. Come on, how about some of that magic water magic of yours, not magic water. Oh hi. I was like, why is there smoke coming out? I didn't actually notice that last time. Oops. Okay, I'm trying to go like really off to the side, I'm not sure why. Yay, for unsteady hands. Wow, this is a good start. Good sign. Hopefully we don't need this in battle, ever. Because then we're kind of screwed. Not gonna lie. Now, something I discovered is that apparently there are actually no stray beads on this island. And again, my speculation is the little ghostly looking symbol indicates it's a dungeon. Again, I don't know if that's actually a fact or not, but it seems to be the pattern. So all treasures in this location are just treasures. I don't think there's anything in here because, frankly, I don't think we can actually even return here. If I had to guess, we're probably locked out of this place as it moves. So it's like, once we actually defeat the fox demon thing, most likely the island's not gonna be here anymore. So yeah, we're probably not gonna come back here at all. So if you're actually wanting treasure, then get as much treasure as you can, because you probably won't be able to backtrack later. That being said, I don't really feel like going after all the treasure. I mean, if I'm right next to a treasure chest, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. But I'm not gonna go out of my way for treasure, knowing there's nothing like super important here. For example, there's treasure, like, okay, open up the map. On a lot of those little islands, there's actually treasures. And also on this little gate thing where I am now, those little 2 prongs sticking up, there's treasure on those. If you want the treasure, cool, go for it. But if you aren't feeling like it, then don't feel like you have to, because there's nothing really required, just like items. Okay, that was nothing. And we have new enemy types. Now I don't know what these things are called, because also I forgot to look up anything off screen, like what these guys are called. But they can only be attacked from the back, which is frankly stupid of me to even point out that I think about it, because it's like, of course you can't attack them from the front. Why do you think you could? Anyway, you can break their like shield thing. They're like weird. It looks like a gravestone actually. Anyway, when they get stunned, you can actually break their thing. Also, we probably should be trying to get demon fangs. It just occurred to me. So do that, you get a demon fang. The reason being is there's actually like a main ability that you actually can get through the demon fangs. So we need 80, and I think we have like 29? So we got a ways to go. So again, I'll have to remember probably to grind off screen for some demon fangs, so we can unlock that thing when the time comes. Also, I forgot to equip the new weapon. So once we go through this door, let's do that. Now another thing I've discovered is you can't actually sell weapons, which is good because you can't ever get them back, essentially. And now we are in the depths of Oni Island. I almost said Coney Island. Oni Island. Have to have a pretty warped mind to build a castle here. Bet those 2-bit monsters think they're big shots here. Let's teach them a lesson by finding our way to the top and dragging that fox-head wench down by the scruff of her neck. So I guess that means that the Dark Lord is actually female? Who goes there? Hey, how'd you get in here? You ain't come to invade this poor folk of Oni Island, have you? If you have, you've got me to answer to. Fight to end all fights. Best way to sell it? With a bit of business, of course. Now, he sells this thing, which is a reflector. Other than that, there's nothing really worthwhile. In fact, how many of these do I have? I'm gonna buy a few of these. And a few of these. And a few of these. But other than that, I'm just gonna sell a bunch of stuff, really. Because, like, for example, these little slips, I never use these. They're just kind of taking up space in my inventory, essentially. Just because, I don't know why I don't actually use these. It's like, they're good items, I bet, doing damage to everything, or giving you a buff, but for some reason it's just not my playstyle. I mean, you've seen me play RPGs, you should know by now that I tend to play very offensively, rather than defensively. Like Paper Mario, for example, I play very aggressively because it's a pretty easy RPG, all things considered. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong. So I tend to play very aggressively. And we got more of these guys. Luckily, as usual, we can slow down time to make this whole process a lot easier. I don't know of any other easy way to defeat these things, to be honest. I did not mean to split up that one, because that just makes the fight harder. Oh yeah, I'm actually doing damage now. It's like, wait, am I damaging it? Okay, there we go. Now, one of my big complaints about the game is there's no way to dash when in battle. You can't dash in battle. That's shaking the Wiimote on the field will do a dash, but you can't do that in battle, which is really, really frustrating, actually. Not sure what's over there. You know what? This room, I actually never went in, so I guess it's good that I'm having to redo parts. Anyway, we got an exercising arrow here, which we can use on this gate. Speedrun strats. Because I know what I'm doing for once. Now through here, we got a little bit of a new gimmick. A new gimmick that I'm actually really dreading redoing, because this actually was kind of frustrating the first time, not gonna lie. In here, we have, this thing. Excuse me, good sir. Might I ask what you're doing here? Did that scrap of paper just say something? Scrap of paper, do not dishonor me with such an unflattering name. My name is Toby. Evil being Toby. Yeah, whatever. So what do you want, Mothermouth? I serve as the gatekeeper of Oni Island. My job is to keep suspicious people out. I've never seen you around here before, good sir. Who are you and what business do you have here? You're talking to my fine furry friend? Well, this here is full throttle on me. Gotta get up to the top of this tower ASAP. Sorry, no time to shoot the breeze with you. I'm afraid I cannot allow that. Did you not hear me? I'm the gatekeeper of Oni Island. Let's dispense with these formalities. So good sir, you are known as Full Throttle Army, are you? Well, I fancy myself a fine racer too, you know. How about we challenge each other to a race? Just a race to see who can reach that exit gate over there first. That sign there explains how to race against me. But as you said, let us stop shooting the breeze. From now on, let our race do the talking. The sign basically says, push the button. That's all it really says. I think it also says that shaking the Wiimote does dash. That's actually the whole race. Except there's several short races. Not bad, good sir, but that was a mere warm-up for me. Now you shall see what I really can do. Now I ask you, good sir, can you bear being skewered alive? I almost said something else. Stumble and you will fall headfirst into a sea of needles. Well, can you bear such a thing? What are you talking about? I mean, who possibly could? Well, whatever happens, please do not give up. It is so exciting to finally have a worthy opponent after so long. So dash into the switch, double jump whenever possible to make gaps a lot easier, and wow, first try. It took a while actually, previously, so I'm glad that only took one try. Again, this is an example of what I'm talking about, and this is a chest right here. Of course I'm gonna pick it up, it's just that, since it's only treasure, it's not really required though. It's never required, but, you know, required being a technical phrase in this case. Cat statue. Did I actually... Wow, I can't even see the little markings on the wall. Across here. Toby. I wonder what Toby means in Japanese. You seem a bit winded, good sir. Do not risk your life by overdoing it. Hee hee. The terrace passage ahead is not all that dangerous, shall we? So this is just kind of a test of ability more than anything. The cat statue to me seems like a really terrible idea, but it's definitely a shortcut if you're not in the middle of a race. That was easy. This one sucks. No wait, this one doesn't suck. I must warn you now, good sir, the true horror of the Labyrinth of Torment starts here. Perhaps it would be best if we turn back now. Getting cold feet, aren't ya? Scrap. Now stop blabbing and let's get on with it. Passage of Saws. So basically, his dialogue is just telling you what the obstacle is. So I probably won't be reading too much detail. Use double jumps to save your skin. So you don't have to jump each obstacle individually, and it should be a piece of cake. As follows. Can I destroy these scrolls? I actually can. Okay, I didn't test that off screen. I mean, last time. I keep saying off screen, which technically was off screen, but it was failed recording, so it's not quite the same. Is this the one that sucks? Yeah, this is the one that sucks. The demonic wheels aren't the problem, and that's the funny part. The demonic wheels are easy to avoid, for the most part, just going between those little things. Yeah. See, that wasn't so bad, right? This is the tough part. Jumping. See, that kills your momentum, which makes it a lot harder. Like, see, I almost lost there because basically jumping up the stairs kills your momentum. So you have to be really careful about your air dashing to make it. It's kind of dumb. Also, by the way, you actually do lose health if you mess one of these up, so try not to mess these up. Okay. This one is a little bit special, not as good as you think you are. No disrespect intended, good sir, but do you think you could beat me in the Chamber of Delay? The Chamber of Delay is, I'll just let it speak for itself, actually. Yeah, there we go. And gold dust, because I like this sword. It's pretty good. I've used it a little bit off screen, not a whole lot, but it's a good sub. This is a race, but it's also kind of a battle at the same time. Basically, what you have to do is kill these things before he gets across the room, which is actually really stressful. Yeah, and this is, again, the most stressful race in the entire set, if you ask me. Next to the jumping one, because the jumping one is actually really difficult. Let's see, look, he's just slowly crossing. And this is what really pisses me off about it, is you have to sit through the results screen. So you could potentially defeat the enemies fast enough, but get stalled by the results screen. That has not happened to me either time, but it's just an observation that that could happen, and it feels really cheap if that would happen. I think it could happen, I don't know, because I haven't actually failed that. Now this one is actually a lot easier than it looks. Does it look easy? Well, then it looks easier than it looks. Basically, these statues shoot lasers. Bash a statue, and the lasers stop temporarily. That's all there is to it. You also have to worry about these little spiky traps here. Buttons do stuff. Make more platforms appear, making it easier to get across, which is nice. You can also go over here for like little safe zones, and pretty much all of these have some amount of treasure to them. The big issue for me is just doing stupid things, which is often the case for me when playing games. That's just doing something dumb is actually what kills me over the actual trap. It's rather unfortunate. Temporary save point, and we get this guy. I don't remember this guy's name, but I had a weird thing happen when I tried to kill him off screen, where he got down to a sliver of health. I kept hitting him, but he wouldn't die. I'm not sure why. I think he had some sort of iframes for whatever reason. I'm not sure. I standing for invincibility, in case you're not into weird gaming lingo like I am. Is this the... okay, Idor, and another race. None of my comments have ever made it this far. It would appear you are not to be an opponent to be taken lightly, but I have had enough. I shall all end here. I think we can do this. This one's pretty short, actually. Passage through needles is scarier than it looks. That's all there is to it. I think that is the last Toby race, to my knowledge. But the Passage of Torment, or whatever this place is called, is far from over. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Okami.